Your question about serial killers. What race are the majority of serial killers?
I don't know the statistics on it.
Where can we hide about it?
What race was Saul?
White.
What race was Freddy Krueger? What race was Jason?
An assistant district attorney in Texas. He was courting a 13-year-old boy.
Even in the movies, you're the monster.
You're not a killer, man. I've looked into the eyes of a few. And you don't have those eyes.
Real rock from the rock. An unusual musical happening in a most unusual place.
Yeah.
The state prison.
Yeah. Big bass. Take out the trash. Count the money. Get the bag. Talk that shit. Run that bag. I'm your dad. Put out the ass.
Big Bad's Life with another informative video, man. Today we're talking about living with monsters. And in talking about living with monsters, we got to let y'all know who the monsters are. Through history, who has the most, we talking about the scoreboard, right? Who has the most atrocities? Who's responsible for the most atrocities? Who's responsible for the most? 9 times out of 10, damn, I gotta do that again. We're gonna delete that out. Who's most responsible for the most deletions, unalivings? And we talking about horror movies. You know, black folks, we're not really into more horror movies like that. Black people not into horror movies like that. I'm gonna tell you why. And it ain't what you think it is. Because it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. Because what you see on film, you've done that to us 10 times over. The imagination you have to create these horror movies, you've done that 10 times over. If you go and read this book, The Delectable Negro, you'll see why we look at you. When we see them folks, we see this. So for all you sisters that are out there, and when you look at, that's what we see when we see you. When we look at you guys, we see this. Because that's all you've ever been to us. That's all you've ever been. Monsters. People who lie, steal, cheat, and cover up their bullshit. Who have no accountability and don't have no frills. In the opening clip, I seen where the guy was, you saw what a guy was talking about, look into my eyes.
I've looked into the eyes of a few.
Yeah, your pupils sing a different song. That's why you have no soul. And this is not a bashing thing. This is a historical thing. I tell you, I don't get into horror movies because when I read this in the real life situations, there's nothing you can put on screen that can top that. That's real talk. Now, dealing with Nolan Wells' situation, the unaliving and suspension of all these black men and women. Right here in 2026, it shows genetically that you are attached to your ancestors. Just like we are genetically attached to our ancestors in our fight and our quest for freedom, liberation, and reparations, you are attached to the unaliving, suspensions, the injustice, and just the sheer oppression of people. That's you, the monster. Check, he said the world. I didn't say it, he said it. You know, when we say it and they say it, it's two different things. He said the world. But I want to go even deeper than that. I got this brother out here on the corner. He's like talking to the people. He's having a conversation with one of the people. And he's trying to give him some knowledge coming from a biblical text about his people and why we deal with them in such a way. Anyway, enough of that. Check this out.
Ask you a question about serial killers. What race are the majority of serial killers?
I don't know the statistics on that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who is Saul? I see you like Saul. What race was Saul?
White.
What race was Freddy Krueger? What race was Jason?
Talking about
What? I know, because even in the movies, you're the monster. I mean, God damn. You educate the children with monsters. The Cookie Monster, Elmo. Right. That's a monster. Everything that you do, you teach people with monsters because you are monsters.
That's right.
That's what you are. Naturally in your spirit.
Born for just having a fucking skin color? How is that fair?
Because of the content of your character.
Right.
That's who you are. You're evil.
Shouldn't be judged by the
How in
color
the hell can we talk about character and you have on a sock shirt?
It symbolizes rebirth. It
This is
symbolizes
crazy.
going through an immense amount of trauma, physical, mental, for the sake of trying to find redemption. Do you even see the movies?
Yes, I do. And you
All
can,
of them.
you can
All 10.
sympathize. You sympathize with the murderers, don't you? You because you feel their passion. You know why you feel their passion? Because you're all monsters. Read that verse again.
In the lust of your father, ye will do.
You are doing the lust of your fathers. You understand why Saul does what he does. You understand Jason's pain. You understand Freddy Krueger's pain. You know why? Because you think just like him. You have the same lust. You have the same lust as Jeffrey Dahmer. It's the same exact spirit in you. And guess what? The same spirit that's in blacks and Hispanics is the same spirit of the men in this Bible.
I'm a fan of
That
horror
meek
because
and
it's a-
compassion and loving spirit is what's in us, but because we've been living under monsters for so long, from the top,
Ye are of your father, the devil.
now we act like you.
And that's real talk. We act just like you. We've developed such a way. We act like you so much. We got to have name brands. We got to have the clothes you make. White ice is colder. You got dudes running out here doing everything they can for the butter biscuits. Brothers don't mind running down on another brother and doing him right in front of everybody. We've been living under monsters so long, we become monsters in the fact that you can go anywhere in the world. You got it in Africa, they bleaching their skin so they can look like monsters.
Yeah, the light skinned you are, the better you are, more hair. This is my normal skin tone. I had to evolve to this and I want more because the more light I am, the more beautiful I am.
Yeah, I know y'all don't like that. Yeah, bleaching their skin so they can look like monsters. Dudes are, I remember we're such a good people, man. It's just so crazy. We're even getting on camera, butt booty naked, just to pretend the corn, you know what I'm talking about. We're imitating the monsters. We're driving the nice cars like the monsters. We even want monster gals. Our NBA players, our NFL players, we want monsters. Monsters mean you've made it. Yeah. So when you flash that monster gal, that's what you're showing. You're showing that this is what I want. This is how I feel I've made it. But the mother of the earth, we don't want that. We don't want no parts of that. So all you divestors, that's what you want. You want this. This is what you want. And then what's crazy is you get with a monster and the monster do monster things and you feel some kind of way when they do monster things and you get monster results. And then you want the world to pray for you. You want the world to do this and do. Yeah, this is what happens when you're living with monsters. You're loving on monsters. Check this clip out.
Catch a Predator was canceled because they kept catching law enforcement, teachers, preachers, local officials, and other people meant to protect children. The final straw, this is the episode that got it canceled. An assistant district attorney in Texas, he was courting a 13-year-old boy. They're so disgusting. He was courting a 13-year-old boy. He didn't show up for the sting, so they sent law enforcement and camera crew to his home. The police entered, and Louis Conrad unalived himself. What do you want me to say? Okay, kudos to him. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not upset about this. So they canceled the whole entire show. After he unalived himself, they canceled the entire show instead of finding out more pedophiles. But that's what happens, and because those are who are in charge of us, those people are disgusting now. We've made it okay in society to harm children, and nothing happens to the Disney people, and this is what I'm saying. Catch a Predator was canceled but because they kept catching law enforcement, teachers, preachers, local officials, and other people meant to protect children. They canceled a show that was actually helping to identify disgusting people in our society that needed to be identified. Can't have no accountability on US TV. Everything's involved. This was a feel-good story that I saw. A mother catches boyfriend graping her 11-year-old daughter. She later drugs him, cuts off his genitals, and sets his body on fire. Court finds her not guilty. Isn't that a good story? People are doing the work around the world. It's only us. It's only us. I'm talking about found her not guilty. And she did exactly what needed to be done. Burning bed type. Do you understand? Burning bed type. She cut off his genitals because he doesn't need those. You're doing nefarious things with them. You don't need them. You don't need them. And she sets his body on fire. Court finds her not guilty. One last piece of shit. One last one. So I thought this was a feel-good story. This is something we should applaud. What, does she have a GoFundMe? Let's make sure she gets therapy. Let's make sure she's okay, her and her daughter, after this. Do you see? 11 years old. The depravity. This is what I'm saying. And this is the only answer. This is the only solution. This is the only judgment and justice. Anything else is like we're wasting time, we're wasting money, we're wasting resources. I don't condone this.
You know what's crazy? Let me tell you this, man. When I was locked up, I was seeing far too often when I would come up to get ready to get out, they would set me off. They deny me. I was denied. So I would have to sit and wait another year, sometimes 2 years. But all these guys that had these grape cases, X cases, they was putting them out. I'm talking about first time, pow. First time, pow. They was getting out. Because, like the brother said, they sympathize with monsters. Because they are monsters. You understand? So it's like we're living in an ever-changing, it's if you're not a monster, it's hard to cope. And I hate to tell you. And even inside the joint, that is a great understanding. When you're inside of the joint, those brothers that would quell the brothers, that would kind of like get the brothers organized, get the brothers to kind of work together, no violence. Brothers are studying. Brothers are coming up with great ideas. Brothers are putting on plays. This inside the joint. Oh, they take them individuals like me, like other brothers that were coordinating and getting things together and getting brothers on point, getting brothers on code. They're ship them somewhere else. Get these niggas up out of here. Get this nigga up out of here. Get him up out of here. They'll get him up out of here because they need the disorganization. They need the monster activity. They need for shit to be all crazy. We need brothers going at each other, just like our neighborhoods. We need y'all fighting. We need that because we'll be the ones to come in, to take charge. We'll be the ones to come in, investigate. We're going to administer justice, not you. We don't want you administering justice. We will. We'll say what's right, what's wrong. We'll say what's this and what's that. That's why you don't hear too much about the audio, because a sister cleaned it up. You don't hear too much about anything because we're doing the investigate and they not, because they get to decide what's what. Common sense will tell you, think about this. Really, really think about this. The last sister in Mississippi, they found her suspended, right? Almost 20 feet in the air. They had to go get a fire engine's ladder to get up to bring her body down. That tells you, think about it. What woman is how she get up there? That should be, okay, how did she get up there? Someone had to put her up there. That would be common sense. But no, we don't have common sense because we don't think like monsters. Any two ways, man, this is Big Bad's Life with another informative video. And if this video stepped on your toes, I hope you have to go to the hospital. I hope them mother suckers are broken. I hope every last one of them are broke. Any two ways, I'm going to keep my foot on your proverbial neck And we gonna keep doing this thing, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And if you don't like the truth, then you don't like yourself, sucker. Anyway, Big Bad's Life. Like, comment, subscribe, all right?